Talk to Ben yet about your plexiglass?
Oh, yeah, he's working on it.
He is?
Yeah, he's got a couple of 2x4s up there. He has some plexiglass sheets up there.
He's so good.
Yeah, we've been in touch.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And I sent him pictures of what they built at the church. I mean, they kind of went high-end or whatever, sweet water sound. But it doesn't have to be a sound isolated. It's probably better if it isn't. But I think it's going to be fine.
And we're on to the Tuesday again.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm in my calendar. Already put my lunch order in to duty.
When do we have it for?
I'm assuming the car is. Just let her know what you want.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We begin our service on page 46, Ma Tovu, How Good Are Your Tents, O Jacob. Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Bani berov chastecha, avu beitecha, eshtachave el heichal kodshecha, beiratecha. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. page 46, we sing Tzadik Katamar.
We turn to page 51. Elu devarim she'ein lahem shi'ur. These are the things that have no measure, and they are leaving the corners of the field for the poor, the offerings of the first fruits to the priest, making pilgrimage to Jerusalem, acts of kindness, and the study of the Torah. And these are the things, the bounty of which one consumes in this world, while the principle remains for us in the world to come. And they are honoring father and mother, acts of kindness, supporting the house of study, providing hospitality, visiting the sick, rejoicing with bride and groom, burying the dead, praying with intent, and bringing peace between two people. And the study of Torah is equal to them all. Page 53. 53.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lesakfi bina lehavchin ben yom uben laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shelo asani aven. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ibrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa li kol tzoreki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechim mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozei Yisrael migvora. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, otei Yisrael betivara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanotein ya'ev koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'enai utnuma me'afar.
Page 57. Blessed is the one who spoke and the world came to be, and blessed is the one, source of creation. Blessed is the one whose speech becomes deed. Blessed is the one who decrees and it comes to pass. Blessed is the one who has mercy over the earth. Blessed is the one who bestows goodness on the God-fearing. Blessed is the one who lives and endures forever. Blessed is the one who delivers and rescues. Blessed is God's name. With songs of praise we will exalt, praise, and glorify you, and we will proclaim your sovereignty, our ruler and our God, the only one. eternal and glorified to the end of time. Bless you, Adonai, ruler adorned by praise. Page 62.
יתקטן ויתקדש שמי רבם, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, מחייכון ויומכון ובחיי בכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבם מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. בריחו לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, נאמירן לעלמה, ויאמרו אמן.
And we rise. Please be seated. The top of page 64. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvarei choshech, hosei shalom uvarei et hakol, hama'ir la'aretz ladarim aleha barachamim. U'etuvo mechadesh v'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit, ma rabu ma'asechach Adonai, kulam v'chochma asita, ala ha'aretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, v'al me'orei or shasita yibarucha selah. Or chadash al tayin tayir, v'nizkei kulan mehoro lehoro. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer hamalrot.
Shabbat Morning Service. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Top of page 71. True and upstanding, beloved and precious, awesome and powerful, good and beautiful is this eternal word for us. In truth, the God of the universe is our ruler. The rock of Jacob is our protecting shield. Throughout the generations, God is established and God's name is established. God's words endure forever, faithful and precious through all eternity. You have redeemed us from Egypt, eternal our God, and rescued us from the house of bondage. For this, your beloved people praised you, exalted you as God, singing songs of praise, blessings, and thanks. The sovereign, ever-living God is exalted and awesome, humbles the proud and raises the lowly, frees the captive, rescues the humble, helps the poor, and answers the people when they cry out. All blessings to God Most High. Moses and all Israel sang together the song of rejoicing. Page 72. We rise together for Tefillah at page 73.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Mezocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei metim atah, Rav le'Hoshia, Morit atah, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei metim berachamim rabim, Somech noflim berofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayei emunato, Lishenei afar. Mi chamocha ba'al geburot, Umi domelach, Melech memit umechayei, Umatzmiach Yeshua. בנאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה לנצח נצחים ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם לעולם ועד.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. The bottom of page 79.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת כולם ישמעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ובשביעי רצית בו והקדשתו שבת חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת.
The middle of page 85. Grant peace, goodness, and blessing, grace, loving kindness, and mercy to us and to all your people Israel. Bless us, source of life, each of us with the light of your presence. For by that light you have given us, eternal our God, a living Torah, and unbreakable love, justice, blessing, and mercy, life, and peace. May it be worthy in your sight to bless your people Israel, now and always with your peace. Bless you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with shalom. Page 84.
Shalom.
We take a few moments for silent prayer. At this moment in our service, we take time to think of those who need of healing of body or spirit. On the Shabbat, we especially think of Jesse Bates and Katie Bates, Carol Bazitz, Bert Cotton, Isaac Petrowski, Bethany Pridemore, Jerry Harrington, Lena Blutstein, Kenny Siegel, Rucker Collier, Eileen Johnson, Mike Freeman, Christy St. Charles and Don St. Charles, Kaki Colette Mendel, and Diane Larson. And we invite you all to take this moment to think of your loved ones, your friends, those who mean so much to you, who are in need of healing of body or spirit. Our Mishaberach, our prayer for healing, is the bottom of page 38.
Le'imo
Shabbat Shalom. Just want to give you a brief teaching for this week's parasha, Parashat Ve'et, which is the second book in our last book of Torah, the book of Deuteronomy. Parashat Ve'et, it is known, of course, to have the watchword of our faith, the Shema, beginning with Deuteronomy chapter 6, which of course leads into the Ve'ahavta, which we identify this as the foundation for Jewish practice. But what's interesting in this parasha, which I want to draw our attention to, is that Ve'et Hanan, it is here which is Moses is imploring to God. Moses is praying to God. This last hope, perhaps God will change God's mind and allow Moses to enter into the land of Israel with, of course, the people of Israel whom he redeemed out of Egypt. And his prayers fall short. And God once again reminds Moses that he may travel up and see every direction in the land of milk and honey, which our Torah portion speaks to, but unfortunately Moses cannot enter into the land of Israel, which will go to Joshua, who will then lead the people of Israel. I think in our lives we could see this as a defeat. And after all, it was Moses who was the one who redeemed the people out of Egypt. He led them through the wilderness. He delivered them the Torah. He processed, he reflected, he had to deal with difficult Israelites, as we all would expect, throughout the Torah. And of course, his actions at the waters of Meribah, where he did not give God credit for giving the Israelites the water, caused Moses to have this final penalty of not allowing to live and to perhaps retire in the land of Israel. But here is where Moses' legacy will forever shine on. Even with personal defeat and once again trying to ask God to change God's mind, Moses doesn't surrender. Immediately after imploring God, Moses figures out that his responsibility towards the end of his career and his life is to remind the people of Israel of their special covenant that they made with God at Sinai. And it's here we have the repetition of the Ten Commandments. It is here once again where we have the Shema. And these will be the words that will live on forever in the Jewish people. So Moses never gave up. He reoriented his mission and figured out his final responsibility. And after all, it is Moshe Rabbeinu. It is Moses, our teacher. And at the end of the book of Deuteronomy, there's that famous line where when Moses passes away, that last sentence after Moses says, "There shall never arise a prophet in all of Israel." And that statement still affirms truth today, because Moses' legacy will forever shine and be there for us. And Shabbat Shalom, and we turn to page 99 and we rise together for Aleinu.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו מגובי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בהשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני
We remember these, our beloved, not to be sad, but to remember. Our sorrow that accompanies their death does not diminish the joyful gift that was their lives. We remember their kindness and their nobility, and especially their goodness, for they have taught us to live and to love, inspiring us with the grace of their best selves. They have showered us with love and with light. As we remember them in our Kaddish, we bring back their light to raise us up with our heavy hearts. These we remember. And on the Shabbat, we recall the yortzites of Jillian Adler, Robert B. Berman, Jean Esther Bernstein, Joan Bain Black, Clara Meyer Blank, Erwin Chico Bombshell, Helene Bressler, Sloan Selman, Julius Cohen, Melvin F. Cohen, Maxine Osid Cohen, Malvern Bean Cooper, David Feinfeld, Francis Friedman, Vernon W. Gibson, Alan D. Golden, Gus Goldstein, Carrie Broda Goodman, Ilya Gross, Cheryl Hannon, Emil Carl Hess, Dorothy Hiller, Rabbi Bernard Honan, Alberto Israel, Julius Jaffe, Miriam Cardis, Jack Samuel Kaufman, Jordan Kirschberg, Elaine Klein, Robert Lapidus, Samuel S. Levine, Anita Lichter, Herman Lowe, A.R. Buddy Mazer, Arlene Colber Meek, Maurice Mervis, Harry Clark Rosendorf, Carrie Rotholtz, Helen Newman Routman, Sylvia Rutstein, Joseph S. Saxon, Richard Siegel, Abraham Silver, Joan Aaron Sokol, Ralph Richard Silver Sr., Michael Houston, B. Varon, Anna Weber, Lily Lanes Wheel, Sidney Weinstein, Meryl Weisberg, and J.M. Siff, and our heartfelt condolences in the recent passing of Bess S. Bain Cotton, Harold Apolinsky, Corinne Rifkin, Lillian Urbitel, Rabbi David Davis, Lisa Hudson, Joe Hagedorn, Susan Casey, Melba Epsman, Harvey Gottlieb, and Doris Friedman. May their memories forever be a blessing, and our Mortis Kaddish can be found on page 103. Yigadal Yigadah Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Bioma di Varah Chirote Vamlich Malchute. Be'achayachon V'yomechon Uf Kayet Kol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uzman Kariv Yimru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Nevarach Le'olam Olamei Almaya. Yitbarach Yishtabach Yitba'ar Yitramam Yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Nekudsha B'riku. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushvechata v'nechamata, damin ram bioma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu yasei shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Osei shalom.
We conclude this morning's service with Ein Kelohenu 134.
Adonai,
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.